Hey guys, it's Alexis and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a full face of first impressions, reviews, and demos, and all that fun stuff. It's going to be kind of like all of that wrapped into like a get ready with me. I have a couple new products here that I've never used before, and then there are some products that I've never used on camera but I have used in real life. So that's basically what we're going to do today. And we're just going to get right into the video, so this video is not an hour long. So first we're going to start off with the eyes. I don't have a new eye primer, so I'm just going to prime my eyes with the Tarte Shape Tape like usual. Alright, now that we prime the eyes, we're going to go into eyeshadow. I'm going to be using the Colourpop Dream Street palette, the collab with Kathleenlights. I just bought this not too long ago and it just came in a couple days ago. And I'm really excited to use this. I haven't purchased anything from Colourpop ever. This is my first purchase from Colourpop, even though I've known about them for so long and everybody talks about them, so I don't know why I haven't purchased them, but I did get a couple other things from Colourpop that we're going to be using in today's video. So this is what the palette looks like. These are the colors. Oh my gosh. They are so beautiful. I think I'm just going to go all out. Might as well, since it's my first time using this palette. So it has the colors on the back of the palette right here. Alright, so first I'm going to go into the color Magical, which is this one right here. I'm just going to take that on a big fluffy brush. Oh my gosh. The shadows have a little bit of kickback, but it's nothing too crazy. Like, I wouldn't be too mad about that. But we just tap off the excess. And I'm going to put this into my crease as my transition shade. I'm not putting too much pressure on my brush either. I have very light pressure just so that the color is blown out and super blended. I'm just letting the brush do all the work at this point. But I want to make sure that I'm bringing this color up a little bit toward my brow bone because I want this color to show through. We're going to intensify it a little bit more, just do a second layer here. Just this color right here in the palette. I'm going to be taking that color on my Morphe M433 brush and I'm going to be putting that directly over that first color. What I like to do is place down the color first and then kind of blend it into the transition color. That's why it's so important to have a transition color, to have something to blend into, in my opinion. These shadows are so nice. They're so easily blended and super pigmented as well. Alright, I'm just going to go back in with that first color just to blend everything out. Now to give this crease some dimension, I'm going to go into this color right here. We're going to use that to give the crease some dimension. I'm just going to take the exact same brush, that Morphe one, put it right on the tip like this, and I'm going to just strategically place it directly in the crease. Same thing the other. Do you guys see that difference? Like the dimension that that gives? It's just a slight dimension. So to deepen it up even more, I'm going to be taking my Micasa E230 brush. And let's go into this color right here. Clearly we're just going for a halo eye at this point, so we're just going to deepen up the outer and inner corner. I'm going to start by just patting it on exactly where I want it. And then I'll go ahead and start blending it out. Am I feeling that? I'm not sure. I don't know if I'm feeling this all too much. Okay, I really want to incorporate this blue in the palette into this look. I think I might just put the blue all over my lid, to be honest with you. So I am just going to take this blue right here, this one that was calling my name from the beginning, and I'm going to put that all over my lid with the Micasa E240 brush. don't even need to wet the brushes before you dip into these shadows. I mean, like, it's crazy how much this picks up. I'm gonna act like I'm gonna cut the crease with this shadow. Okay, once I have like the basic shape down, I'm gonna go back in and make it more opaque. I'm gonna blend that out so that we can still see the brown. Okay, now I want to put something in the center. So I'm gonna cut this a little bit. Okay, and then with this like glittery blue right here, or green or whatever you want to call it, I'm gonna take that and put that in the center. Okay, and then just to like fix that a little bit, I'm going to blend out the edges right here. I'm gonna blend those two together. Alright, then I'm just gonna go back in and kind of touch up the transition, that orangey. I want to pop a little bit of whatever this is in the center. Yes. Ooh, I love that. Oh my god, that just like took it to the next level. It's like this really nice iridescent color. It actually has like flecks of green in it a little bit, so it does kind of bring out the blue and green. Ooh, that just really took it there. Alright, so that's what that looks like. I am living for that. That is so pretty. I'm gonna just go quickly do the other eye off camera, and because I can already tell this is really long, so I will be right back. Alright, so I finished my other eye. I put on liner, mascara, and then we're gonna move on to lashes. The liner and mascara that I'm using is the same that I always use, the Maybelline Big Shot and the Wet n Wild, the Wet n Wild Skinny Tip Liner, and then these are the new lashes that I'm using. These are the Ardell Faux Mink Demi Whispies. I'm not sure how new these are, but they are new to me. Miley, you want to put them as close to your lashes as possible. Alright, I'm quickly just going to go over the band with some liquid liner. So now we're going to move on into the face. For primer today, I'm going to be trying out this Smashbox Photo Finish Radiance Primer. I've never tried this before. I normally use the MAC Strobe Cream for my Radiance Primer. So we'll see if I like this one. Looks like this. Ooh, it's a little thick. It feels good. It's tackier than the Strobe Cream, which could be good to keep the foundation on. It's not as intense as the Strobe Cream, but we'll see what happens when the makeup's on. I don't have a new pore filling primer, so I'm just going to go in with my NYX No Filter primer as usual for filling in the pores. Alright, so for foundation today, I'm going to be trying out the Tarte Shape Tape Foundation. I just got a couple samples when I bought something off of the Tarte website. I wasn't sure that I wanted to try this foundation. I was super excited for it, but then when that whole shade range debacle came out, I wasn't gonna spend my money and support something that wasn't inclusive to all skin tones, so I didn't feel like purchasing this, but I did want to try it. So the shade that I think I'm going to use today is light neutral. This is, I don't think I said it, but this is the hydrating version of the Shape Tape foundation. Not really sure how much I need here. Okay, if this ends up being too light, which it probably will, I will fix it. But to buff it out, I'm going to go into this Zorea Duo Fiber brush. Just looks like this. Okay, I need to switch brushes. I do not like that brush. I'm going to go into my e.l.f. foundation blurring brush. The foundation has pretty good coverage. Nothing to complain about there. I do like the finish that it is giving, but I don't necessarily like the way that it's sitting around my pore area that I just filled in, so not really sure why that's happening. Okay, I don't love the way this is sitting on my skin, especially in this area. Okay, I turned down the brightness a little bit so you can see what I see. Hopefully you can see. Do you see how it's sitting kind of funny in these areas? It doesn't look very smooth on my forehead or in between my eyebrows. Okay, so far I'm not sure how I feel about this. Let's move on to concealer. The concealer that I'm going to be trying today is the Milani Retouch Erase Light Lifting Concealer. And I'm actually just going to apply this straight from the applicator. It looks like that. It's like a little sponge tip applicator. That underneath my eyes. Let's just take the same exact brush and blend it. It's definitely mixing a little bit weird with the foundation. Like, it's not really sitting that nicely on top of it. I always have to see what will happen once I set it down with powder, because that transforms my foundations no matter what. But the foundation makes my skin look old. This looks like wrinkly and old and cakey, and that does not look good. When I buff in the foundation, it leaves streaks, and that never happens. Yikes, I don't think I like that. Alright, well, let's move on into powder. The powder that I'm using is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder in Light, but I've used that before, so you guys already know my feelings on that. If you guys don't know my feelings on that, I love it. So let's go ahead and set. Do you love how this powder is light and it like pulls orange? This powder does such a good job of like fixing foundations that look crappy on me. It really just like fills in the pores and blurs everything. Let's move on to bronzer before we do eyebrows. And the bronzer that I'm using is not new like the product, it's just a new shade. Remember when I talked about the butter bronzers and how Physicians Formula was going to be expanding their range? Well, they did, and this one is their deep bronzer. The bronzer, it's a little bit darker than the bronzer that they initially came out with. And then they also have a light one as well, which is super cool. So I'm going to be using the dark one today. And the color is pretty. It will be a lot nicer once I'm super tan. I feel like I need to blend it out a lot because I am not this tan yet. Alright, let's do some brows so that we don't look crazy. I'm going to be using a new product today from Maybelline. This is their Tattoo Studio Waterproof Brow Gel. Now, I have used this before. I did a post about it on my Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you do that to see some makeup pics and other fun stuff. So I have used this and I really have been loving it so much ever since I received it. It just looks like this. I'm using the color Soft Brown, and basically it's just a brow gel. I've been applying it the way I would apply my pomades. I actually do draw on my brows with this. The formula can last up to 2 days, so for people that have trouble keeping their brows on, whether they like go to the gym or it's waterproof, so when you swim, I haven't tested the waterproof theory yet, but I do sweat at my job and these do not budge. And it's pretty easy to use and I love the color and everything, so I've really been liking this lately. I also like this product because it doesn't transfer when you rub it, which is cool, because that can be a problem also. Then what I do is I kind of just like underline it toward the front of the brow and push the product up to make it look faded. And then I'll go in straight from the applicator and kind of just fill in any of the sparse areas that I couldn't get to. And I do this really lightly because I don't want it to be crazy intense. Yeah, that is a good brow, wow. So that is what the brows look like all done. Let's move on to the lower lash line. Nothing special with this. I'm just going to be using this Lancome waterproof eyeliner. Alright, I'm going to be taking the other side, the little smudger side, and I'm going to smudge it out, not very far, just a little bit onto my lash line. Alright, then I'm going to pop some mascara onto my lower lashes. This is how you scratch your brow when you just did them. Alright, now that we have that done, I'm going to move on into inner corner highlight, and the color I'm going to be using is also from Colourpop. This is the shade I Heart This, and it looks like this. I have dipped in there to swatch it. Wow, you really can't see it. I dipped in there to swatch it. It feels like a cream. It's crazy. So I'm just going to take a little bit on my pinky finger, and I'm going to tap it right into my inner corner. Oh my god. That's beautiful. Let's move back into the face now. For blush, I'm going to be using a blush that I've never used before. This is the Milani Baked Blush in Rose D'Oro? Oh, I don't know. Rose D'Oro. It looks like this. You guys know that I have used baked blushes on this channel before. This is just a new shade. It is like a pinky gold shade. So we're going to just take that on this Sedona lace brush. I like that this color is not super intense and it just does a good job of like warming up the cheeks. Okay, and last thing before we do lips is highlight, and I also have a highlighter from Colourpop. This is the Colourpop Super Shock Cheek Highlighter in Flexitarian. It looks like this. I have dabbled into this one before. I don't know if you guys can see that. This highlighter is insane. And I've used like insane, really vibrant, crazy highlighters before, but this one is on a whole other level, and it's so affordable. It's $6 or $7, I believe, and this is the same thing as the shadow. When you touch it, it just feels so creamy. Look at that. I'm going to take this on a Morphe M501 brush, dip my brush in there. Oh, I just love the formula of this highlighter. So for lips, I'm going to be lining them today with the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in Soft Spoken. And then for lipstick today, I'm going to be trying out this one from Colourpop as well. This is their new Luxe lipsticks. And the packaging is so pretty on this. It looks like this. It's like a rose gold, beautiful component. And it actually feels quite like, I don't want to say heavy, but it is kind of heavy for the price that I paid for it. It just feels really good quality. And then you open it up and this is the color. This is in the color Appy, happy without the H. I love the little bullet because it has little stars imprinted. It's so cute. So we'll see how this looks. Alright guys, so this is the completed look. I just wanted to take you back through and give my final thoughts on these products. So for the Colourpop Dream Street palette, I absolutely love this palette and I would recommend it for any of you. It's super inexpensive and the quality of the shadows is like perfect, on point, super blendable, super easy to use, and the pigment is right there. You can see how beautiful the pigment is. I love the lashes so much. I like this new faux mink thing that Ardell has going on here. It makes me feel like I'm getting a luxurious lash for a very affordable price. As for the complexion products, I'm not quite sure if I liked that primer, that Smashbox primer. I'll have to try it out a couple more times. I did not like the Tarte Shape Tape foundation. I thought that it was cakey and it sat on my face really weird. The concealer was okay. It didn't have a lot of coverage and it also sat kind of funny on top of this foundation. So I'll have to give that one another try some other time. Maybe it'll work better on its own. The butter bronzer has always been great. I love that they came out with 3 different shades now. They have a light, a medium, and a dark. I think that it is one of the best bronzers that I've ever used. Super blendable, and I love it. The Maybelline Tattoo Studio Brow Gel is a yes from me as well. I would definitely recommend getting your hands on that if you are someone that needs help with your brows staying on all day. These are not going to budge, they're not going to transfer, so I would say yes to that. The blush was a yes. I love the shade and I love the way that it blends out. I already knew how the Milani baked blushes worked, but I do love this shade. The highlight is a yes. May I say more? Look how beautiful that is. And it is also from Colourpop. Very affordable, and it is gorgeous, as you can see. And last but not least, for the lipstick, I love the Colourpop lipstick. I love this formula. It does not feel sticky. It feels really moisturizing on my lips. So first impression, it is a yes, but I will have to see how it wears throughout the day and when I'm eating and stuff like that. So overall, this first impression video was a good one. I believe that we had mostly good products. It was just like a couple of the complexion products that I wasn't fond of. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of first impressions, slight reviews, and demos. Let me know if you liked this video and if you want to see more videos like this by giving this video a thumbs up. And also subscribe to my channel down below if you would like to see more videos from me. And don't forget to hit that bell button to be notified whenever I do release a new video, because YouTube's messing up lately. So I don't even know, I honestly don't even know if my videos go into subscription boxes. I mean, my views haven't been super up there lately, so they probably don't go into subscription boxes. So if you'd like to see when I release a new video, just go ahead and turn that bell notification on. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have any suggestions for other videos, make sure to leave them down in the comments. I read all my comments and try my best to get back to everybody so we can have conversations. I love talking to you guys, so make sure you leave your suggestions down below in the comments. Thank you guys again so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!